Hello, friends. Have you ever been in a darkened area and wished someone would turn on the lights? The ability to see in the dark spaces is one of the most uncommon abilities any human can have. Today, I'll tell you a story about a boy who has such kind of superpower and finally reveals his secret to the public. But first things first. We've all heard bizarre, fascinating stories before, but none quite like human with night vision. Unless specific genetic changes are included, it is clearly impossible for an average human to see in the darkness. However, we have a lead on this latest mystery story. This case happened in China, where a wonder boy who was born with brilliant blue eyes like those Siamese cats have, discovered the ability to see in the complete darkness. Nong Yaohui, often known as the Cat Boy, made headlines a year ago after his father expressed concern over his unusually blue eyes. The doctors assured him that Nong's eyes would improve as he grew older, but his eyes have remained the same as he grew up. Physicians also reported that the boy's eyes shone with a green light when they did tests with a flashlight in a dark room. During those tests, they discovered something unbelievable, so make sure to keep watching to learn the most interesting part. Talking about Nong, his father mentioned that the boy was an outstanding child who loved to play with his fellow mates during the break. However, his teacher noticed something unusual during such activities. He noticed that boy had trouble when playing with the other kids during the day, as he would always squeeze his eyes and complain of blurred vision while other kids were perfectly fine in the sunlight. Nong's best friend explained to the teacher that despite the fact Nong complained of blurred vision during the day, he could see clearly in the darkness. That made a teacher curious, so he put a light in his eyes, which shone with a green light. The next day, after nightfall, he took the boy to the closest field and asked him to catch some crickets, and Nong replied that he could clearly see them, and as the result, he was able to catch them even in the dark. The mysteries of Nong's blue eyes spread across the media, which drove the attention of a few journalists to his village. The reporters gave him a few tasks like answering some math questions in a dark room, and not only did he see, but he got all of them correctly. This seems surprising, as it was very difficult to give explanations to how and why he had his abnormally blue eyes, which made him see clearly in the dark. After various research and investigations about Nong's ability to see in the dark, his father took him to an ophthalmologist for deeper insight into his night vision ability. The doctor discovered a unique and rare genetic disorder that occurs when there is a breakdown and loss of cells in the eye retina, which is why Nong's eyes were unable to take bright sunlight. He also said the boy is suffering from congenital ocular albinism because of the absence of pigment cells in his eye. This clearly explains why his pretty cool blue eyes shined green when illuminated by a flashlight in the dark. But if he had these disorders, what could be the reason for his ability to see during the dark? The night vision is made possible by layers of cells, which could be noticed in the eyes of cats and other nocturnal animals. His green eyes were explained to shine due to retroreflection, which causes a cat's eyes to flash when they are lit during the night. However, in a research conducted by Dr. James Reynolds, a pediatric ophthalmologist, night vision in humans doesn't occur in one single mutation. There would have to be multiple mutations before such a change, which do not happen all at once. As stated by Dr. Reynolds, evolution happens incrementally, not by leaps and bounds. Dr. Reynolds further concluded that even if Nong wouldn't have cat's eyes, he would have an unusually good night vision, which made possible due to his rod-rich retina, which could help in light detection. As a result, Nong Yaohui has been designated as the first human who can see in the dark by the World Record Academy, which also notes that he is known as Cat Boy. That's all for today. Let us know what you think about the amazing Cat Boy and his amazing blue eyes in the comments below. And don't forget to give thumbs up if you like the video to show your support, and also don't forget to press the bell icon to get notified for each video. Hope you enjoyed this video. See you in the next one.